Now if you guys didn't know, I actually switched monitors quite recently. Right behind me is the Acer Predator X34GS, and I love the monitors to bits. It's really awesome and I just love it, be it for gaming, browsing, anything at all. But that also got me thinking, I've actually never really taken a look at Acer's Predator lineup of gaming laptops. Well, today marks the first, and hopefully with many more to come in the near future. This is the Predator Triton 300 from Acer, and it's honestly quite a unique laptop in the sense that it strikes a really happy medium in this sea of never-ending gaming laptops. Now as you all know, the Predator series from Acer is basically all about gaming. I'm personally divisive about the design of the Predator logo itself, but honestly, apart from that, the laptop looks really minimalistic. It's made entirely out of aluminum and it feels really solid. It's also reasonably thin at just under 20mm, especially for the performance that it's packing, and weighs in at just about 2 kilograms. Personally, I'm quite liking the blue accents as well, which does contribute and gives the laptop a little bit more character. It's also quite a breath of fresh air from most other brands out there where red is usually the norm. Now the Triton 300 is available in a variety of configurations ranging from an RTX 3060 all the way to an RTX 3080, and it's mainly available with two main display options. For our review unit, we basically have the top end model. It features a Core i7-11800H, an RTX 3080 with 110 watts of power, 32GB of RAM along with 1TB of NVMe SSD storage. For the display, we have the 1440p 165Hz panel. To start off, let's talk about that display. As mentioned, 1440p, which means a resolution of 2560 by 1440, and it can run up to a pretty fast and respectable 165Hz with a 3ms response time in overdrive. It covers 100% of the sRGB color gamut and can get up to about 300 nits in max brightness. Overall, it's a solid 1440p panel that, when coupled with the RTX 3080, delivers performance that can really dish out the frames while pushing all those pixels. And even if you're not gaming, it'll be great for some creative work such as photo or video editing as well. My only gripe about it isn't even about the panel itself, but rather the bezels around it. Just a tad too thick in this day and age in my opinion. Up top, you get the webcam where it should be. It's 720p like most other gaming laptops, and it's just fine, maybe below average. Image quality is as you would expect from 720p, and it's pretty much fine for the daily video conference call or playing games with your friends over on Discord. So in that regard, it's alright, but it does leave much to be desired, that's for sure. Moving down, you do get a full-size keyboard here, complete with the numpad on a 15.6-inch laptop. I've mentioned this many times, but I personally prefer a 15.6-inch laptop without a numpad, but it's just my preference. For you guys out there who use a numpad, you'll definitely appreciate this. The keys themselves feel fine, and I was able to either type or game for long hours on end without much issue. There is backlighting as well, but do note that it's only of the 4-zone RGB variety. No individual backlit keys here. The top of the keyboard is also where you'll find ventilation for the cooling system and an interesting little turbo button on the left. More about that later. Moving further down, we get the trackpad, and it's fine for the most part. It tracks well and is reasonably sized. As for the speakers, they are also surprisingly decent despite being downfiring on the sides. Talking about ports, you get 3 USB 3.2 Gen 1 Type A ports, a mini display port, RJ45 Ethernet, Thunderbolt 4, HDMI 2.1, your trusty headphone mic combo jack, and of course, your DC in around the back. As for the battery life, roughly 6 hours or so, which is just about average. Well, that's pretty much it about the exterior of the Triton 300. So now let's take a look under the hood and talk about performance. There's a few power and fan configurations available for the Triton 300 via the Predator Sense software. Quiet, Default, Extreme, and Turbo. For the purpose of our benchmarks, we'll mainly focus on Extreme, and we'll explain why. In Cinebench R23, you can expect great performance from that Core i7-11800H, and the difference between Default and Extreme mainly comes down to the maximum all-core boost. As for Turbo, it's basically the same as Extreme, except with the fans running at full tilt, which reduces temperatures and increases performance ever so slightly. In DaVinci Resolve, the 3 main modes are able to render the 10-minute 4K edit in just shy of real time. Just like in Cinebench, the difference between default and extreme is substantial, while extreme and turbo is kind of negligible. The fan noise in turbo mode is really not worth that few extra frames or seconds. Thus, for our gaming benchmarks, we will focus only on extreme as that's the ideal mode in our opinion. At 1080p, the Core i7 and RTX 3080 combo basically delivers a superb gaming experience, even on new games like Halo Infinite. It really is a joy to play. Even RTX titles are fully playable with great frame rates, no thanks to DLSS as well. At 1440p, you'll really be making full use of that display, and it delivers great performance here as well. Any games maxed out, and you will still enjoy high frame rates never dropping below 60. 1440p with ray tracing turned on definitely does drop frames a fair bit compared to 1080p, but it's still great nonetheless. And perhaps just to mention, temperatures are well under check with the CPU mostly hovering around 90 degrees Celsius and the GPU hovering around 80 degrees Celsius or so. Additionally, the keyboard deck didn't really get too hot to the touch either. I could play comfortably for a few hours on without any issues. All in all, I really do like the Predator Triton 300 from Acer, and I do think it really strikes a happy medium within this sea of never-ending gaming laptops. It does perform. Now, it will cost a fair bit, coming in at just under 4,000 Singapore dollars, but given its performance and thermals in a chassis that's reasonably light and thin, all in all, it's just a great gaming laptop that will perform well in pretty much any task that you throw at it. Gaming, creative, casual browsing, anything. It's great. We really do quite like it. Well, that's it about the Predator Triton 300 from Acer. If you have any questions, do let us know in the comment section down below. And if you'd like to, do check out the affiliate links as well. And if you do, thanks for the support. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Till the next one. See ya!